Now that you've connected your e-commerce platform and your ad accounts, you can start setting up server-side tracking for your ad platforms. So in this video, we'll be talking you through how you can add a server-side destination and how you can then navigate between your server-side destinations and compare tracking Uplift to your previous purchase pixel. In addition to this, there are some individual setup instructions for Google and Meta, as well as Shopify, which I'll be doing a separate video on. But for now, just adding an account as a server-side destination to a store is very straightforward. In this case, you'll see I am on the My Tracking section of the Reaktion dashboard, and you'll see this big blue button here, Add Server-Side Destination. So as you'll see, for server-side tracking, we have the option of adding Meta, Google Analytics 4, TikTok, and Klaviyo. So any of these are compatible with our server-side tracking. But you can see here, we have already added our accounts as server-side destinations in this case. A quick note, this is on store level. So for each store in which you run ads, you will need to add the account separately, or the relevant account separately as a server-side destination to the relevant store. But as with all other connections, it's simple as clicking and connecting, choosing your ad account, and then clicking save. As I said, in this case, we've already attached them, so no need to do that now. But you will, from this page, be able to see all of the service destinations for each of your stores. You'll also be able to see additional settings, which, again, I'll talk about in another video, but you've got your Shopify tracking script here for any Shopify users, and you also have your Meta conversion API here, which is, of course, exclusive to your Meta server-side setup. But once all of these have been configured correctly, you would then notice that individual dashboards for your platforms in which you have server-side tracking enabled appear here. So in this case, we've got Google Ads, Meta Ads, TikTok Ads, and Klaviyo tracking, all of which are the same in that for the date range, you'll be able to see your existing tracking. So a quick note on how our tracking works. We don't interfere with your current setup. We actually create custom conversion events within your ad platforms, and those reaction events will automatically import, so we don't interfere with your current setup. This means that from this page, you're able to see how well your current pixel setup is working, as well as Reaktion's web and server-side tracking setup, along with our offline conversion import. Just a quick note on what our offline conversion import is. It's not offline orders. As it says there, it's an alternative tracking method based on offline conversion upload. So essentially, with the web and server-side tracking and the offline conversion import, we send all of the same data points to each of these conversion APIs. And then the way in which these APIs attribute those orders is a bit of a black box, which means that sometimes offline conversion import can track a little bit better than web and server side. But just as you'll be able to do with your current pixel, you're able to compare performance and choose whichever is performing better for your account. To ensure that your current pixel is pulling through as well, you simply click Pixel Mapping and select the pixel, your current primary conversion purchase event in your ad platform. And that way you'll be able to see how your current tracking setup is performing and how Reaktion server-side tracking is performing. So within Reaktion itself, you can report off either your existing tracking, your web and server-side tracking, or the offline conversion import. A quick thing to note on this is that for metrics like profit on ad spend, new and returning customers, as well as refunds and returns, you can only report on these metrics at ad level if you are using our server-side tracking or the offline conversion import. Our server-side tracking and our offline conversion import do tend to track considerably more orders. However, on average, we see a tracking uplift typically of around 30 to 40%. In some cases, it is even higher when compared to a traditional tracking setup. So here you'll see it's 104% tracking uplift for a 2 and a bit week period. How exactly this works is because we connect to your store directly via an API connection, which means that we can pull through all first-party customer data. In addition to this, all the orders are exported server-side as opposed to purely browser-side, which means that we can get around things like ad blockers and browser-integrated tracking protections. All of this is to increase tracking, increase data, which can then be imported into your ad platforms for you to either report or optimize off, which means that not only can you make more informed decisions based off clearer data, but automated bidding strategies on Google, Meta, and TikTok can also have the best data fed into their algorithms so that they work optimally. I'll talk through this in another video, but for now, get your server-side tracking set up and see how much more you can track